your brain is trying to be multi-dimensional. That is why you have ADHD. First though, what is multi-dimensional? What the fuck did I just say, right? So right now we exist in the third dimension, right? The third dimension just vibrates at a lower frequency, and therefore we operate kind of in more of a structured reality. It is slower, things are tangible, and we operate within this time matrix where there is this concept of time. So as we undergo the ascension process, which we currently are right now, we're going to rise up into the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, and even beyond. And as we lift up in dimensions, we start to transcend, we rise above the time matrix. So here's the time matrix in the 3D. As we go up, we are rising above it. We no longer have like this concept of time, as you often experience, right? When you have ADHD, you completely lose track of time. You feel like it's this slippery thing that you can't quite hold on to. This is why you're starting to rise in your dimensional frequency. You're starting to rise above the fucking time matrix, my friend. Is this making sense, or do I just sound like a crazy person? Like, please tell me this is making sense. If not, I'm happy to explain more. I'm happy to talk more about this, because it's really a simple concept if you can like grasp it once it clicks. So what is multidimensional then? So multidimensional is being present simultaneously in multiple dimensions at once. And if you're familiar with reality shifting, this is also super fucking cool, because this is the ability to be like consciously physically present in like your desired reality and consciously physically present in your current reality simultaneously. Okay? Simul-fucking-taneously. And I know that is so fucking hard for us to wrap our minds around, right? It's like, I receive these downloads, I know this stuff, but still, the human part of me that operates in the third dimension is like, that's not possible. How, right? How? But this is what it means to become multidimensional. And this is what is happening to us right now as we ascend, as we lift frequencies, as we rise above the third dimension. We are becoming multidimensional. We are gaining the ability to be in multiple fucking places at once. And it's super cool. And ADHD is actually your brain prepping yourself for that, prepping your meat suit for that. Because I'm sure you've also experienced, if you have ADHD, this thing where like you get a thought, you get a thought, you get a thought, you get a thought, and like you can't move. You're like paralyzed, right? Because you have all these different thoughts, and it's like there's so many things happening at once that you can't react even. You're just flooded with information. This happens because the body that still resides in the third dimension, it can't keep up to this stuff that's being very almost, but not quite, multidimensional. Your thoughts, these thoughts that you get, ADHD thoughts, they reside typically in the fourth dimension, a little above. So they may come quickly, more quickly than like your 3D self can keep up with, but still it's not quite at the multi-dimensional level yet where it's happening simultaneously. I mean, maybe it is. Are you having like literal simultaneous thoughts? Let me know. Like, that would be fucking cool. If you are, you're definitely ascending like at a really fast pace. But I will say, yeah, when you are having like all these different thoughts, it's your brain trying to be multi-dimensional. Because when you exist in the higher dimensions, and I can tell you, because I've had this experience, I had this like crazy trip, which if you're interested in hearing more about it, I go into it on YouTube very in depth on this experience. But when I had this, basically a near-death sort of experience, I transcended the time matrix. I experienced what time was like, what reality was like without time. And literally, like, what happens is like you have a thought and then instantly, boom, you're there. Like, you become that thing instantly. There's no lag as in this 3D world. And like, also you can have like all these thoughts simultaneously and be in all these places simultaneously. That is multi-dimensionality. And that, again, is what your brain is in the process of becoming if you have ADHD. So I'm sure there's people that are gonna watch this, maybe even you on some level, they're gonna be like, yeah, well, like, no, ADHD is bad. It's a disability. It's like kind of the corruption of our brains as a result of social media. But I personally do not see it that way at all. You can see it however you want. I see it as a bridge between us being physical in this 3D reality and us being multi-dimensional and able to be in multiple realities at once. So my friend, the next time someone gives you shit for being ADHD, just tell them that your brain is multidimensional. See what happens. And let me know what happens if you do. So if that resonates with you, and this is sounding super cool, and you're like, fuck yeah, I want to see this as a superpower, I'd recommend that you take my free quiz, What's Your Psychic Superpower? Because guess what? We're actually all psychic too, and the more multidimensional you become, the more psychic you become. And there's different types of psychic power. So if you want to find out what yours is, you can take that entirely free quiz to get your results and an exercise that will help you develop it further. Again, entirely for free. So I'd invite you to do that. I will leave a link in the description, also on my Linktree and on my website. But either way, friend, know that you are not alone, you are not crazy, you're not losing your mind. Well, you are losing your mind, but that's a good thing. You are transcending your mind, which only exists in the 4th dimension, and becoming multidimensional. So please remember that, my friend. Much love to you on your journey. Stay powerful until next time.